It's no hidden secret that stuff on campus is heating up. You see people on campus coming on with guns prior to the event that happened with Charlie, the assassination with Charlie.
Okay, I just have to jump on here to let you guys know that Andrew Colvett, the spokesperson for Turning Point USA, just got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, trying to help orchestrate behind the scenes an alibi for Erika Kirk in Fort Huachuca. Now, why is this crazy? For those that don't know the backstory here, essentially, this guy, Mitch, it was very compelling, said that he saw Brian Harpole leaving this meeting at Fort Huachuca on September 9th. Now, I wanted to give him the platform after I verified where he was to tell the story, but he also had to include the part where he claims that he saw Erika Kirk the night before, also on Fort Huachuca at Candlewood Inn and Suites, okay? Now, truthfully, I put it at 50-50 because, like I said on my show, I believe that he was at this meeting was significant and that it concluded. I felt really strongly that he saw Brian Harpole, but what's his memory like? Are you good at remembering faces? Did you just see another blonde and think that it was Erika Kirk? Genuinely, I thought it was at like 50-50 until tonight. Again, I would like to point out that no one said Erika was in some fort. No one said she was in Tucson, and no one said that they saw her on September 9th anywhere. So I don't know what this is. It's just weird. It's a totally strange thing to say.
Yeah, if they in my ear, the one drop me down and yeah, that's clear. Yeah, everything is not clear. This the end, then everything's clear. That's right, the end is near.
Andrew Colvett, TPUSA spokesman, the guy whose literal job is not to make things worse, was caught live texting an alibi for Erika Kirk to YouTuber Paramount Tactical's Gary Melton. He was literally feeding him talking points to prove Erika couldn't have been where people speculate she was on September 9th, and that's Fort Huachuca. The screenshot he sent strongly suggested Erika herself asked him to do it and told him what to include. Shady. Problem is, the date and time were wrong. They created an alibi for a day that wasn't even the issue. And it contradicted Erika's earlier interviews, which made people even more suspicious that she's lying again. And of course, Shady Andrew is in the middle of it. That's why we call him the gossip girl of TPUSA around here. Quick recap if you haven't followed everything. A few weeks ago, Candace Owens interviewed ex-military Mitch Snow, who claimed he saw Erika with her ex-boyfriend Cabot Phillips on the evening of September 8th. At the Candlewood Suite near Fort Huachuca, September 8th in the evening. The next morning, September 9th, he says he went onto the base and saw Brian Harpole, Charlie Kirk's head of security, and Congressman Mark Modi leaving a secret meeting the day before Charlie Kirk's assassination. Okay? As Candace predicted, an online campaign launched against Mitch. YouTubers dug into his past, interviewed ex-wives, talked to his kids, pulled records, called him a scammer, but no one could actually disprove that he was on Fort Huachuca on September 9th. Until recently, the same YouTuber, Gary Melton, spoke live with Mitch's estranged son, trying to prove Mitch was never on the base.
Okay, first off, I want to shout out to the British lady. I love the eyes. They're scaring me. Like, I'm being honest. Yeah, shout out to her. And then you can go to her channel, check her out. I want to say one thing. Okay, I'm not the only one. I mean, I know I'm not the only one. Okay, because there are a lot of people out there that feel the same. There are just too many things off about this Charlie thing. There are just way too many things off about this Charlie assassination. Things that you cannot put together. And where there's confusion, there is something there that's not supposed to be there. If it ain't so, said and so, man.
Only for the son to reveal he was listed as Mitch's emergency contact and was called by Fort Huachuca on September 9th asking if he knew him. So Mitch was there. And Gary proved it, accidentally. Whether Mitch saw who he claims he saw is still unknown, though. Meanwhile, the campaign against Candace Owens escalated. Even her usual supporters started posting negative things about her, and she has now responded. I'm going to show you all of it. The videos proving Erika Kirk lied again, video from Gary's stream where he accidentally validates Mitch's claim, video of Candace's response. We will dive into all of that.
Well, hold on. This lady, is she from England? She's from England. Is she from England? I cannot tell, man. I cannot tell. I feel like she's from Norway. Something. Okay, one of those countries. Norway or Russia. Ukraine. Dude. Something in Europe. Deep in Europe.
Let's start with the recent Erika Kirk fiasco and how she made Andrew Colvett send messages to a YouTuber, Gary from Paramount Tactical, to prove she wasn't at Fort Huachuca on 9th of September.
Here's what I'm gonna do real quick. I wanna share with you what I just got. I think it's really important, which is exculpatory and proves that Erika wasn't there. Prior to this, I sent Andrew Colvett a message. I was like, hey, do you have any proof that Erika was not at Fort Huachuca on the 9th? And this is what I just received. This gets a little complicated. Let me remove this for a moment. Let me remove this. I want to show you these text messages I just got, and you guys will see this. I think it's a nice quick break from this. All right, hopefully, just so you guys can see what's going on, just so I can see what's going on here, because that screen's small for me. But, I asked him, hey, do you have proof of this? He says, but it's worth saying Erika wasn't in some fort in Tucson. The internet's gone insane. She woke up next to Charlie on the 9th, went to the office with Charlie all day, woke him up from a nap before a fox hit, went to dinner with Charlie. Literally, people are lunatics. And then the next one, I will show you guys that one. The continuation of this. Right here we have this one, and then I'll show you an up-close picture with the metadata that we have on the screen itself. Proof, she was with her kids at 8:33 a.m. Pacific time, which again, in September, Arizona's on Pacific time. Taking them for a walk. Apparently I wasn't supposed to share that. But anyways, point being is that's 8:33 a.m. It shows the date on that. Sorry, Andrew, I screwed that up, man. I was trying to run a podcast and do everything else. But again, it's proof of what's going on here. And I'm going to share the final screen, the final picture that shows the metadata for this, that she was indeed with the kids. You guys can see that. It says right at the top, September 9th, 8:33 a.m. Case closed. Case closed. All right, Erika wasn't there. Brian Harpool wasn't there. He's full of shit. Don't know what to say. And again, the crazy thing about all this is it's not enough proof for anybody.
That's the crazy thing. Few issues with all of this. First, nobody ever claimed to see her at Fort Huachuca on the 9th. So they provided an alibi for the date nobody ever tied her to. Nobody ever asked for alibi either. It's the chocolate theory all over again. And I feel like I need to explain chocolate theory again because there are so many of you here that are new to my channel and might be confused by it.
Yeah, actually, I want to know what is chocolate theory? What chocolate theory? Chocolate theory. What is that?
Chocolate theory was born one day when I asked my son why he had chocolate all over his face, and his answer was, I didn't eat Nutella. So now, one of my favorite things is spotting chocolate theory in life. When people accidentally try to hide the truth and reveal too much of it.
Wait, you have a son? How old is your son? It's probably 7, 6. Wait, why does it matter? It's just cool to know, okay? I'm curious.
Everyone else can call it a Freudian slip, but here we call it the chocolate theory.
Chocolate theory, okay.
Was caught with chocolate all over her face multiple times now. Mitch claims...
Okay, that's it. Erika Kirk with chocolate on her face. Somebody make that picture and put it in the comment or put it somewhere. Erika Kirk, chocolate on her face. Erika Kirk exposed. Let's go.
He allegedly saw her with her ex-boyfriend on the evening of 8th of September at a hotel near Fort Huachuca. And
Okay.
Erika goes, I wasn't at Fort Huachuca on 9th of September. Okay.
So that's the chocolate. She has a chocolate on her face. Now it's like she hasn't eaten Nutella. I got it. Locked in. British lady, let's go.
Hey, Willy Wonka. Another issue I have is with Andrew Colvett, who seems to be the guy causing all the problems behind the scenes. He's always the guy who sends a message or tells something to someone off the record and then watches them being torched for revealing this information. This exact thing happened to Candace Owens when she said that someone close to Charlie told her that he messaged that person the day before the assassination saying that they were going to kill him. She was called a liar, psychopath, every disgusting name you can imagine. It was later confirmed that the person who told her that was Andrew Colvett.
Cold. Okay, let's move on.
So the kids might be also bigger, taller? I don't know. But let's go to the weirdest part of this story.
Hey, man.
Erika Kirk told Jesse Waters in an interview about 9th of September and what it looked like. Listen to this.
Tell me about the day before the shooting.
He was at the office and we were going to meet for dinner beforehand. with a dear friend of ours who I wanted to just be with us and pray with us before the event. It's no hidden secret that stuff on campus is heating up. You see people on campus coming on with guns prior to the event that happened with Charlie, the assassination with Charlie. So I know that, you and I even talked about how I used to say, Charlie, have you ever thought about wearing a vest? He would nod to that and be like, I've looked into it. But he'd always say, if they're going to get me, they're going to get me. He wasn't afraid. Wouldn't have mattered anyways if you wore a vest.
Erika's mom was dealing with a medical issue, so she stayed in Phoenix to care for her. She planned to join Charlie at the next scheduled Turning Point event at Colorado State.
Hold on. I want to point out something. I like the fact that he said, if they're going to get me, they're going to get me, okay? But what I don't get is, why would they want to get you? Question. Why would they want to get you?
Just a few days later,
He was like, home needs you. Home needs you. Be home. Come with me on Thursday to the next event we have. And so for him, that night, he was so excited. I mean, he just was like, I can't wait. It's going to be the best. And he got up around 2:45, 3-ish to go into the kitchen to grab a snack. And our daughter had woke up around that same time. We live in a small space. You can kind of hear when everyone's kind of shuffling around. And so she came to our room and she stayed in our bed. And he always loved when Gigi slept in our bed because she's, little ones, they like curl up inside of you and like they're just nuzzled in. But you also know that it can be very acrobatic when a 3-year-old is in your bed and somehow their feet end up on your face. So I said, I want you to have a good night's sleep. Go ahead and sleep in her room. And I'll turn the air down so it's nice and cozy in there. And I just want you to get a good night's sleep so you can be amazing tomorrow. And so Gigi and I stayed in our room. And that morning he woke up super early and he came into our bedroom.
Okay, how long is this? How long is this thing, bro? I don't know. I cannot stand this lady, man. She just too many things. Okay, someone's done.
Into the bathroom because that's where his wedding ring was and his necklace. And he came in and he grabbed that and then he left. I didn't even get to give him a kiss goodbye.
He was at the office and we were gonna meet for dinner. But in the messages, Andrew says to Gary, she woke up with Charlie, went to the office with Charlie, woke him up from a nap, and then they had dinner together. If it was true, wouldn't she say that in an interview? Wouldn't she say that she was so grateful that they got to spend all day together? Also, she gave so many details about the night before, but no details about the day before. She literally just started from, he was at the office all day, and then we decided to meet for dinner. There would be more detail. If someone asked you, like, what did you do with your husband the day before? If they were all day together in the office, if they went in the morning with their kids for a walk, she would be like, we went for a walk. And Charlie said, baby,
I like this lady. She always cracking something. Like she's gonna crack it. You want to lie, man? Do not put it out there because she's gonna crack it. She's gonna crack it, man. One more clap for the British lady. For the Brit. Are you sure she's from England? I may be clapping for the wrong people, man. I don't want to be clapping for the wrong people. Dude, that's a waste of clap. No way, bro. I'm not clapping anymore. Okay, let's hear what Candace got to say.
Typical of Shady Andrew to send a piece of info to someone and then be like, don't tell anyone, it was me. XOXO, gossip girl. Anyway, Candace responded to the whole situation. Take a look.
Okay, I just have to jump on here to let you guys know that Andrew Colvett, the spokesperson for Turning Point USA, just got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, trying to help orchestrate behind the scenes an alibi for Erika Kirk and Fort Huachuca. Now, why is this crazy? For those that don't know the backstory here, essentially, this guy, Mitch, it was very compelling, said that he saw Brian Harpole leaving this meeting at Fort Huachuca on September 9th. Now, I wanted to give him the platform after I verified where he was to tell his story, but he also had to include the part where he claims that he saw Erika Kirk the night before, also on Fort Huachuca at Candlewood Inn and Suites, okay? Now, truthfully, I put it at 50-50 because, like I said on my show, I believe that he was at this meeting was significant and that it concluded. I felt really strongly that he saw Brian Harpole, but what's his memory like? Are you good at remembering faces? Did you just see another blonde and think that it was Erika Kirk? Genuinely, I thought it was at like 50-50 until tonight.
I honestly think women should stop with the makeup thing, man. You guys need to stop. I know you're not, but I'm just telling you that you need to stop. She doesn't even look like Candace that I know. Like, what is up with women, bro? Like, it's just like you're wearing a mask. You go out there and then you go home, you remove it. Like, Wow, bro. She does not look like Candace though. She looks like Candace's neighbor. She looks like Candace's neighbor. That's what she looks like. Come on, man.
Where all of a sudden there were all these attacks regarding Fort Huachuca. We didn't really know where they were coming from. You got people calling me insane. Alex Jones jumps into the foray. I'm like, what is happening right now? Why does Fort Huachuca have so many people triggered? Well, there were these YouTubers. Paramount Tactical is one of them, who was basically teasing, like, we're going to take down Mitch and show you guys that he's not a credible witness by going back and going through the files of his marriages and ex-relationships and to show you that he's an abuser. And this is going to be the end of Candace Owens' career. Like, totally weird. Like, I never told my followers that they should go marry Mitch. I have no idea what he was doing 20 years ago in a relationship. There were no convictions against him that I could find, whatever. The point is like, we didn't know where this was coming from. Everyone was like, money must have just gone out. Like, what is happening? Well, tonight was when they did their live to expose me and accidentally exposed Turning Point USA and Erika Kirk. Now, I'm going to show you the messages.
Notice that she said that she was 50-50 on Mitch's story. And she said it from the start. The only thing she was able to verify is his location on 8th and 9th of September. But obviously, what he saw or didn't see on those days, she wasn't. And she said it every time the topic was brought up. She also predicted that the internet will start ganging up on him and that it will be bad. Let's check the rest of the video.
Andrew Colvett was apparently live texting this guy Erika's alibi. Now, this means Erika is sending her alibi. Why wouldn't you just send it to me? Obviously, I didn't have a horse in the race of whether or not he saw you at the hotel. You could have just been like, here's where I was on September 8th. This whole idea of you even being there would have gone away. Instead, she sends it to Andrew Colvett to send to these obscure YouTubers who are live, and it didn't click with them that Andrew Colvett did not want them to say that he was their source. So this guy just starts live reading the messages that are coming in from Andrew Colvett, where he proceeds to give an alibi that no one asked for. He's like, this is what Erika was doing on September 9th. Okay, the guy said he saw her on the 8th. It's kind of like the Brian Harpole, where they're just like giving us alibis for times that we're not talking about. Again, I wasn't even necessarily pressuring them for an alibi, but he then proceeds to walk him through what Erika was doing on September 9th, and he's pretending like she doesn't even know what Fort Huachuca was, even though her mother has a contract with the Department of Defense and would have obviously had to have been familiar with Fort Huachuca, which is in her backyard, and in Turning Point USA's backyard as well. Again, I would like to point out that no one said Erika was in some fort, no one said she was in Tucson, and no one said that they saw her on September 9th anywhere. So I don't know what this is. It's just weird. It's a totally strange thing to say. Again, when you have an easy pathway to just reach out to me and say, hey, I saw you mention something on September 8th. Here's where Erika was. Notice that's Erika's hand. So that means Erika, the CEO of Turning Point USA, is directing the spokesperson of Turning Point USA, Andrew Colvett, to send her alibi to Paramount Tactical as he is like going into the history of Mitch and supposed to be exposing Mitch for being a serial abuser, but actually exposes Turning Point USA. Like, you just cannot make this up. This is like a PR nightmare.
Now, one thing I want to clarify, because it came up on X. Gary tweeted at Candace, Gary from Paramount Tactical. So he's talking about Andrew Colvett.
I'm good, man. I'm good. These people like this Turning Point USA, UK, whatever it is, okay? It's all confusing. Something's off. Something's off. Something's been off since the beginning, and we all know this. It doesn't matter how many or how much evidence you put out there. You're already showing us that something is off, and that's it. Okay, that's it. I'm out. I'm done. Clap for the. I'm not clapping anymore. Whoever this lady is, shout out to the lady. Okay, make sure to go to her channel. I'm gonna put let's check out what's her channel's name. Her channel's right there. Okay, you guys can go and check her out. Catch you guys next time. This was MMR Studios. I'm out. Yeah.
I'm praying to the sky and I got no fear. That's right, bro, I got no fear. Every day in my head, every day in my ears. Yeah, every day in my ears. The one drop me down and yeah, that's clear. Yeah, everything is not clear. This the end, then everything's clear. That's right, the end is near.